What's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you some Taric Jungle. There's two main ways to play it, with Glacial Augment or with Press the Attack. You go Glacial more for ganks, you go Press the Attack more for 1v1ing the enemy jungler. And I feel like I can solo Graves as long as I land my stun. Normally get Q, then E, then W. Max your E first, W second, and your Q last. Looks like we're actually going for an invade. A little unfortunate because I accidentally leveled up my Q already. If you are going to invade, obviously E start would be a little bit better. You get a ward down. We have a really strong level 1. I think we should actually stay, honestly. I think we could take it. I didn't get off my empowered auto attacks after casting a spell. Puts your Q on a much shorter cooldown. And pretty much insta cooldown. Oh yeah, baby, that's it. Flash out. Alright, not bad. Not bad at all there. Once again, start Q. If you're going to invade, E's decent. And get W level 3, max E first, W second, and Q last. You could even start Fairy Charm if you want. I think Refillable Potion is, I don't want to say better, but if you have no intentions on going for a tier anyways, then, which I don't, I need to get tanky this game. Only tank on my team. I don't really want to bother with a Fairy Charm. And just basically just auto spell, auto. We're gonna go ahead and do Gromp next. Auto Q, auto Q, auto Q. Every time you use the spell, it empowers your next 2 auto attacks. And whenever you use those empowered auto attacks, it chunks your spells down way lower in cooldown. Your Q, it chunks it down super low. We're gonna get our W now. We really have nothing to gank, so we're gonna just take this and get these little guys. In Taric, you will be running low on mana a lot, but your jungle item gives you more mana back the lower on mana you are, so you should actually be fine. Taric's clear speed really isn't as bad as you think it is. I had a bit of a late start and still blowing through my jungle fairly quickly. I'm going to push into the 𝐒𝐿_crab. Graves shouldn't have his red buff, so you shouldn't really be able to fight me. You want to make sure you normally start on blue buff with Taric so you don't run out of mana. It was only since we invaded that I even bothered starting in Graves jungle. Make sure you land your E on the whole thing. Make sure to spread your autos out on these bad boys. We can look for a gank over here. Glacial Augment will give you better ganks, but it will hurt your 1v1 substantially. This must be warded. He backed off immediately. What's going on there? Alright. Not bad. Gonna max E first. You need the damage. Graves isn't too happy. I'm actually gonna kite back. Oh, I'm gonna move back over. I think he's going for my red buff. They saw me, and I don't have red buff, so there's a good chance Graves is gonna push for it. Oh, he's actually fucked. Yeah, we got his flash. That's really big. We're gonna go ahead, snag our red buff, and maybe go top lane here. You see, we're full health, we're full mana. As long as you get your blue buff, you're good to go. If you want to beat Taric Jungle, you should invade him on his blue buff. He's pretty strong, so make sure you have the better invade. Because as you can see, casting a spell auto attack is just ridiculous. The attack speed is absurd. You can 1v1 most junglers. I would still stay away from things like Warwick or Olaf 1v1, but pretty much anything else you can crush. This doesn't look gankable. Everyone's just chilling. The first safe item on Taric is basically Balmy Cinder. It's going to buff up your clear speed and make you pretty strong. I'll get a pink ward. I'm also going to get an Oracle Lens. Taric can solo dragons as well if you do have blue buff, or if you have tier. You have lots and lots of mana regen. We have way more camps than this Grave. I think he's tilted. I don't think he's too happy. They're both low on health. He can't kill them. He's chasing it anyways. I don't think he's even taken 𝐒𝐿_crab yet. I'm pretty sure he still hasn't taken it. I think we can actually get that for free. I think it's still up. Yeah, I didn't go for it. I could tell from his CS. Basically, just Q him between each auto attack. There we go. Got our Balmy Cinder off. We can solo Dragon here as well. I want to get a deep pink ward on Graves. He doesn't have items. I have Balmy Cinder. I should be able to solo him, and he doesn't have flash either. So I'm going to go ahead and take his plant into Dragon Pit. Should be able to take it. It would be a little easier if I had Hunter's Machete to make each one of my auto attacks do more damage. Just make sure you spread out your spells. You use a spell, auto attack, etc. Because your passive autos only work on your next 2 autos. You can't just stack it up to your next 10. So for example, when I walk up here, I'm going to walk up, auto attack E. Now I'm going to queue in between each auto attack, and we should be able to clear the camps pretty fast this way. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and smite it. I'm going to go take Graves Red. He's showing up mid. I should be able to walk over and take it. And you see how fast my mana is healing? As long as I'm in the jungle, I'm getting 10 per second. And it gives you more the lower on mana you are. That's why I'm getting so much back. I should be able to walk up and just take it from him, and he'll most likely... I used my sweeper to see if this was worded, and it's not. So he'll most likely walk up here, and I'll just kill him. The E is 60 mana. Go ahead and use that. I'm running out. Q's costs slightly more. I mean, if he tries to fight me, he's gonna get fucked. I don't think he even saw me. He got walloped. Yeah, I'm about to get fucked though. Yeah, Echo destroyed me. That's not great. Not ideal to say the least. I'm gonna go ahead and mute all. These pings aren't very useful, and I gotta focus. Yeah, the Janna roam was really good. I was gonna like stand here and then just go over the wall, but Janna got off a pretty slick roam. I'm gonna go ahead and go for blue smite. Taric has so much attack speed that you don't really need to build attack speed. It's more just about being tanky and landing your autos. And since we're building tank, we don't really need the red smite, like I said. We just need to be able to stay on top of them and bash them with our autos. Looks like she just bit the dust. We'll go ahead and farm it up. Your W is really useful in ganks. You can put it on your teammate, and then you have a double stun, essentially. You have twice as much area that you can stun on. It's pretty useless for anything else, though. Like, it's just a tiny shield. So unless it's a gank, or unless it's a fight to the death, you won't really be using it too much. It's your Q heal and your E damage you're mostly going to be using to clear your camps. Your Q heal does cost a fair amount of mana. With the Balmy Cinder and with your Cinderhulk, you should be able to start clearing your camps pretty fast. And if your mid laner is near you while you're farming your camps, as long as you have your W on them, you can heal them as well. So if they're like under turret or something, you can have W on them, spam heal them after every 2 autos. Graves going top. He's only level 5. He's pretty weak. Interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and push out onto the map. Graves is still top. We'll take our blue and Gromp. We can even take these guys same time if we want to. We have a lot of AoE damage with our Bombies and our E. I wouldn't recommend doing them at the same time until you have Bombies, unless you're going to back, because you will take more damage doing this. We're fairly healthy. We just lost all of our mana. Now that we have blue buff, though, we should heal our mana back pretty quick. Once again, max E first. You're going to start Q. E, then get W. Maxing your Q last. Ooh, wow. Jeez, I missed my E. That's brutal. Your E is kind of skinny. It's fairly easy to miss, so make sure you're focusing when you're doing it. It's a big source of your damage since you're maxing it first. Graves is level 6. I have equal items as him, but I am a level up. I think I could probably solo him, honestly. A little risky. We'll look for it. Alright. Yeah, okay, not worth. He actually dragged it out. That was smart of him. I'm going to go ahead and just leave this area. I need to back and get my Cinderhulk anyways. I'll just get Cinderhulk and play around Dragon Spawn. I can base Cinder, red buff into Dragon. I'm going to go ahead and pick up my boots. I'm going to get some armor. It's going to be nice for Dragon for fighting their Graves. We're going to scale it quite nicely. We'll be able to peel for our Ashe. If you have a strong 80 carry champ or a hyper carry on your team like Yasuo, Taric Jungle is the decent pick. If I had to rate Taric compared to other junglers, I'd say he's similar to a Braum or a Leona, but better. He's just a better version of what they do. because he has his heal and his shield and the massive attack speed from his passive like this, where you just beat on something, whether it's a turret, a champion, a monster, or a minion, it doesn't matter. Just beat the crap out of it. I'm gonna push into dragon now. And it puts your spells all on a lower cooldown as well. So your spell's cooldown is actually just a second or two if you're mashing things with your empowered auto attacks after using your spells. I'm gonna slow him first before I... Ooh. He's actually gonna die here. Put my W on Lux. My E's up here in a second. E flash. Nice. You can flash last second on your E to land it. Gonna max my W second. Gets a little bit more stats per level. Interesting. Graves has full jungle items, so do I, but I have armor and boots. I should be able to solo him. I'm gonna push into dragon here. Should be able to take it. Auto, we'll pull it out. Pull it all the way out. Q auto. Q auto. He's pretty simple to play, honestly. It's just about not putting yourself in bad situations because he does scale and his clear speed is decent. It's kind of, I'd say it's B+. I wouldn't say it's A. It's B+. It's not a top tier jungle clear speed. It's about a mid tier jungle clear speed. His 1v1s are solid. The main thing that gives Taric an edge is people just don't expect his power. They don't respect it like people would respect a 𝐒𝐿𝐂𝐂𝐋𝐒. When in fact, if you're not kiting Taric out, if you're just letting him beat on you with his empowered autos, he can beat most champs in a 1v1. The things that beat him is if Taric can't auto stuff, because then he can't use his passive and all of his spells will be on a super long cooldown without that. Like here, I want to put my W on her. Ulti. Q. Double stun, baby. Let's go. Ooh, let's go. Yeah, whoever you have your W on, you can stun off of them, you can heal them, and your W also shields them when you activate it. Plus your ulti lands on them as well. So when you're in a team fight or a gank, make sure you have your W on your appropriate teammate, depending on if they need the shield, or depending on you just want a W and land your stun off of them. Because whoever you have it on is how you can land your stun into gank, even if you can't reach that person. I'm gonna bust this down. I'm gonna wreck their turret. Just Q auto. Q auto. I'm gonna do it to get my E back up. Alright, let's smash it. I missed it that time. There we go. Q auto. And you see this attack speed is pretty nuts. I have 0 attack speed items, 0 AD items, and we're just tearing into this turret like it's tissue paper. We're gonna have to pull off though. I'm running low on mana. If you're not in the jungle, your jungle item doesn't give you the same amount of mana regen. Watch as I enter jungle, I'm at 2.8, and now I'm at 10.8. Whenever you're in the jungle, whether it's yours or the enemies, you get more mana regen from your Hunter Talisman part of your jungle item. Blue's coming up here in a second. Don't really want to go mid right now. I definitely could solo him, but I really wanted to get my blue buff first. I'll get wolves while I wait for blue to come up. Catching that wave would have been decent though. Just finish these guys off. E into him. Yeah, so we're gonna scalp really nice. The main thing you want to focus building on Taric is tank and support. You don't really want to rush down support items. You want to focus more on yourself. So pretty much it's a Cinder Rush into boots. Then you can pick up a Bramble Vest, and then one of your biggest core items is Abyssal Mask. If they're full AD, Frozen Heart is a really good core item, but you always want to get your Cinder first, of course. I'm gonna W Lux for the stun. Beat her down, not bad. Just W-E'd there on the Janna. Then punched her head in. And if Lux was low on health, obviously I'd be healing her up right there. But she's already full health, so my heal doesn't really do anything. There's nothing over here. I'll go ahead and pick up the Herald. Herald is looking cheap, man. It's just sitting there all on its own.
I may be merciful.
Yeah, the biggest mistake I think we made this game is since we didn't invade, we should have started E. That would have definitely hurt our first camp clear, but it would have been a lot better for fighting to the death. I guess we had enough CC. Because you can't do this with your E. If you just start E, you can't just QQ. You can't Q auto auto Q auto auto like this. It's not possible with just E. I don't know what this chick thinks she's doing. She doesn't have the damage to kill me. I'm pretty tanky. Put another point in my W. Oh, did I really miss that? No way, I actually missed it. He juked it. That is unfortunate. We're gonna go ahead and shove down mid lane. Yeah, so the big thing that counters Taric is if you get kited out, as long as you can auto something, you're usually fine in a team fight. Or in a 1v1. So just don't chase people who are hitting you from range, essentially. Blue smite him, I want that kill, dude. I'm gonna tear these guys up. And we're gonna finish using that Herald. Thought Graves was... Oh, not Graves. I saw someone else who was pathing towards this area. E flash into that. We didn't kill her, unfortunately. Nice. Good job from the Lux. W the Morgana. Oh, man. He barely killed us. I couldn't stay on him with my autos. He was too slippery. We were beating on him with autos and healing. We got the Lux shield, Morgana black shield. He just barely nipped us up. We're going to get our Abyssal Mask. And we're going to get Merc Treads. And then we'll get a Bramble Vest. The Bramble's going to be pretty big. They have a lot of auto attack based champions like the 𝐒𝐿, Caitlyn, Set, Graves. They'll be hurting themselves on me, not being able to heal properly. We're going to go for this next dragon as well. If you guys want to play a support based jungler, the best ones right now would probably be Ivern at number 1 and Taric at number 2. Ivern's a little better since he can play from range. He doesn't have to melee. But the Taric's still pretty good. He has a lot of CC. Probably more CC than Ivern has, especially pre-6. And if you have a hyper carry on your team, the Taric ult, Taric W, Q as well is really, really strong. Yeah, in terms of support champs, he's one of the best one right now in the jungle. Way better than Braum or Leona. Gonna put my W on Ashe. Smite it. Gotta help Morgana. I'll put my... Might be able to stun off of... Oh, what was that? I kind of want red buff, honestly. She already has a slow on her auto. It's fine, I guess. We're doing good on either one of us. Oh, she knocked me back right as I went in. Well played from the Ashe. And the Morgana. Another point on my R. Let's break this turret. Yeah, they can't step up. I'm too tanky. They can't get through me when I'm full health like this. Now I have spent my 4k gold as well. The Taric autos are so disgusting, the amount of attack speed you get out of them. It's really, really gross. It's like faster attack speed than Warwick with a W max. Very cool. Alright, those are down. Is his blue up? Alright, his blue's up. Nice. So yeah, the main thing you want to focus on Taric, guys, is make sure you get blue buff early. If you don't start blue buff, you're going to run out of mana really fast, and that's going to fuck up your clear speed really badly. So start blue, then you can just do a full clear, or you can do like blue Gromp red buff for level 3 if you want. You can gank at level 2 if you feel like it can work. You can do blue Gromp gank with your stun. If you feel like you can get the kill, it's worth. Otherwise, I would recommend just doing blue Gromp red buff. You'll be level 3 with double buffs. Pretty safe clear. You'll be full HP as well. I can't get to him. If I had flash, I could flash the wall, but I just stunned him over it. I couldn't reach. There we go. Beating the crap out of these. Our CS score is fairly high. For how much we've been ganking, we have 130 when we did 3 dragons as well. Takes a fair amount of time. Ooh, Morgana didn't land the stun. She probably wasn't expecting it.
The mountain's mysteries are known.
Alright. Gotta play around someone a little stronger on our team. Let's go play around the Fiora. She's not very fed, but she is Fiora. couldn't land it. Yeah, we'll just have to play around Ashe, keep her alive. I don't know how she got killed. Taric, you're not going to be... Like, you can solo kill people if they're willing to fight you. But if you don't have Glacial Augment and they run away, it can be hard for you to chase them down. So at this point, in the mid game, you really need to play around your carry. So I'm going to go pill for the Ashe. I have my ult. I have another point in my W. Also gives passive armor, which is nice. Put it on Caitlyn. I mean, Ashe. I think I had it on my Morgana, so now I'm basically just reattaching it. It's almost like a Knight's Vow in that sense, or Zeke's Herald. Oh, I gotta W her though. Ooh! Nice. I have no bravado stacks. I have no passive stacks, so now my spells are on a super long cooldown because they were off. So now I'm having to eat the full cooldown. Watch me heal Lux. Look at Lux's HP. She's already back to full. I'm going to try to stand on at least one of my teammates to get off multiple people on my ults. I'm going to put it on Morgana so she can heal. You can beat inhibitors, turrets, champions, monsters, minions to get your bravado stacks. It doesn't matter what you're hitting. You just got to be hitting something. Alright, we got to get out of there. Things are getting hairy. We'll pull off. We can do dragon. They have a lot of AD on their team. They're not really giving up. Props to them. Gonna get a bramble. Gonna get this. Gonna sell that. Gonna get this. And we'll go do dragon. Taric's dragon taking abilities, Herald taking abilities are all pretty solid. Like I said, if I had to put Taric in the jungle meta, he's kind of like a melee, stronger early game version of Ivern in terms of damage and being melee with a bigger stun. Ivern outscales him. If I had to put Taric on a tier list as a jungler, put him around low B tier at the very highest, or just put him in C tier. I would say he's stronger than something like Jack's jungle. I would rather have a good Taric on my team than a Jack's jungle, for sure. Taric doesn't really need gold. Taric can buy very cheap items and get very high value. A lot of carry junglers have to buy very expensive items. And Taric's tanky, he does damage. And like I said, he can buy cheap items. He can pill for your carry with his W, his Q, his stun, and his R. Pretty strong overall. Need to get my tether on her. Now we have Dragon Soul. That's pretty dope. Should really go top lane at this point. Go ahead and get our Thornmail. Looks like Ashe wants to back. We're just going to play around her. Our Fiora isn't doing too hot. That's alright. We're going to just focus on which teammates of ours are doing well. At this point, we could go for CDR off of the Frozen Heart after the Thornmail. I'm not sure what I bought the Ruby Crystal for. Deadman's is also an option. If they had double crit, like a 𝐒𝐿O or a Lucian Caitlyn, then you could go for Randuin's. But I don't think we're going to be going for that. We'll probably just go for Deadman's Plate or for Frozen Heart. That'd be a good option as well. If they are super AP heavy, doing lots of magic damage, Spirit Visage would be very good for the MR, and it also increases your heal on yourself. I want to get my W on Fiora here so she can stun them. Fiora's not really on them though, she's just farming. That was so weird. Oh, Graves. That ulti, that was painful. I think we can stun. We're under the turret. I'm going to drop my R. The time you want to use your R is when you don't want it, obviously, don't use it early or late. You can tank turret and just Q like this. But when you use your R, you want to wait till the enemies really go in. Don't use it preemptively. You want to wait until they actually... So Echo dashed in. They were all in like very close range. Basically, after the people on their team who have dashes use their dashes offensively, that's when you're going to ult. Stun this guy. Gonna beat on the turret and heal. Not bad, guys. And that's how you play some Taric Jungle. If you want to see the level order and the runes and everything, go to the very start of the video. My name is KingStix. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.